joining us at the first bend at Oulton Park race circuit, where the weather is making things very interesting.
It's round 5 of the Thundersport GB Championship 2016.
Yeah, round 5 then, thanks to the wonderful Sara-Kirsty down there on the grid, and unfortunately it looks like they might need those bodies later on this afternoon. Rain forecast, but so far so good ahead of this GB Racing 600 Sportsman Elite. Welcome back to the paddock to this man, number 35, Sam Wilford, getting himself some track time and that IDWE Racing Yamaha. He's looking forward to this one. A number of familiar faces actually out in this. In terms of the championship overall, it's Jordan Rushby that leads. He'll sport the number 2 plate in a double points race. A few gaps on the grid from qualifying earlier, but here we go. 36 600s roaring away from the line into turn 1, and it's Wilford with the hold shot. Good stuff from him. Looked like Aaron Clifford, number 19, that went up into second place. Aaron Clifford, much like Sam Wilford, a former 450 rider. We've got the Neve brothers in as well. Number 14 there is Tim Neve and his brother, twin brother, Tom Neve, number 68. So nice to have them out to play with us as well as they charge through to Island Bend. There's Aaron Clifford, number 19, just up ahead of the championship leader, Jordan Rushby, number 2 from Beverley on that Yamaha 600. Exiting Shell Oil, Sam Wilford it is that has the advantage. Of course, Sam Wilford, a former Super Twinz and a Aprilia 450 champion with us here at Thundersport GB, and this year has been trying his luck out at British Championship. All of these riders fly through Britain chicane. We just saw a quick shot there of number 94, Ross Simpson. So nice to see Ross out there. He's now having a go out on a 600 as well. A couple of riders just going straight on there. Easy to do here at Oulton Park. There's the championship leader, Jordan Rushby. He leads coming into this round Charlie Morris by just 7. Charlie Morris is out there, number 157. So he'll be probably just a bit further back in the pack. There's Sam Wilford, your race leader, from Tom Neve, number 68. Tim Neve then in 3rd. Then it's number 47. A good job done in the early stages from William White. Number 72, Max Wadsworth. Number 3, Andy Dutchin from Ramsey in the Isle of Man. So really competitive field, this one, as they fly through. The top 4 just breaking away a bit at this moment in time. Number 45 is Ed Peed. Ed Peed going well on that sky blue and white Yamaha R6, just a bit further back behind the leading quartet. They make their way out of Cascades up towards Island Bend. Sam Wilford it is that still has this advantage up ahead of the Neve twins. Then it's William White. Ed Peed to close the gap down. Then it's Clifford. There's Wadsworth, and then there's Charlie Morris, 157. Morris is now up ahead of Michael Evans, number 18. Now, where's Jordan Rushby gone? He's fallen back. Was it Rushby, perhaps, that went straight on at the chicane and maybe lost ground as a result, because he's now charging back through to pass Max Wadsworth. Certainly giving it a good go anyway. As I said before, gold and silver races here at Oulton Park for these guys. This race, race 1, worth double points. 50 for first, 40 for second, 32 for third. And then in race 2, silver race, normal points awarded to the entire field. So Jordan Rushby will have his work cut out here. He's really got to try and focus on just getting ahead of the likes of Charlie Morris and William White, who are his nearest contenders in the championship. Further back, a rookie there, James Dickinson, number 30. Always nice to see a rookie or two out there, but Sam Wilford really has got a move on. Last lap for him was a 1:41.8. It's not quite under lap record pace, but it's not far away. It's about 4/10 off the lap record here held by Matt Truelove. It's the Truelove brothers, Matt and Harry, also having been so successful with Thundersport, having moved into the British Championship for this year, but occasionally give us a little visit and show us what they've got. There was Nick Edgley, number 62. It's GB Racing Sportsman Elite class then, packed full of talent. In fact, I'm looking down the grid, there's race winners in all forms of Thundersport classes, all the way down to 28th place, which is just insane. So riders that are used to winning races at the moment are fighting it out just to get themselves into the top 20 Wilford it is that still leads from the Neve twins. There's Ed Peed, William White there, just lost a place to Ed Peed and got a bit wobbly on that cement dust that's in place of the oil that another rider left from a crash earlier. Here are the Neve boys. 68, Tom Neve, and of course 14, Tim Neve, both from Market Raisin, and have spent quite a lot of time as they've been growing through their young racing careers with Phil Crow, who's been teaching them the way as they move along. Good job they haven't got two similar racing numbers, because they're pretty difficult to separate when they haven't got their helmets on. Tom Neve with the white helmet, Tim Neve with the black helmet. Then it's Ed Peed there, number 45. Going under pressure now from Aaron Clifford. Aaron Clifford from the Republic of Ireland. I noticed that they've put it in big capital letters for me this time, so I don't mix it up in commentary in the programme. Here is Sam Wilford then. Of course, has travelled just about everywhere in racing since he started out as a super team. So successful on the 450s, went over to the European Junior Cup. Just gets lots of support from his dad Ian. Jody on pit wall, normally screaming her head off at every opportunity as well. It's the first proper glimpse we've had of them since they've moved on to the 600s. Sam is in fine fettle here. There's his lead up ahead of Tom Neve. So Tom Neve at the moment is stretched away from his brother. He's lapping in the low 142s, Tom Neve, but Wilford, the only rider into the 41s at the moment. There is number 18, Michael Evans. Further back, Tom Leonard, the former race winner, of course, and contender in the Thundersport 500 Championship. He's up inside the points as it stands. He's just a couple of places up ahead of Ross Simpson. There's number 22, Tom Collinge from Halifax, just going past Tom Leonard. Syd's up in the commentary box with me. And Syd, fair to say that this is one of the most competitive classes, always has been really, this class, but particularly today with one or two familiar faces joining in the fun.
Yeah, I mean the 600s are probably, apart from the Thundersport 500s, the most popular class we've got, to be fair. Yeah, this is a tough race for a couple of rounds really for Jordan Rushby. He got put on the back foot a little bit from various crashes and so on, and he's struggling a little bit out there. But he knows he's got to bring it home and gets whatever points he can to keep one eye on that championship. He really wants the championship. But of course, Charlie Morris, who's leading the Sportsman class in this race, he's also not that far behind Jordan now. In fact, in the elite points. So he's doing really well, is Charlie Morris. A good little rider, actually.
And for those wondering what the Sportsman Championship is all about, the Sportsman, what denotes a Sportsman rider?
Well, it's for those riders, I mean, obviously this is the Sportsman elite class, 600s, and it's for riders that haven't competed in a British Championship race or World Championship race at any point.
Okay, well, here we see Charlie Morris currently second in that championship, leading the Sportsman points overall. We saw a bike parked up on the left of the picture a little while ago. I think that was one of the MSG Racing Suzuki's. Sam McFarlane. Curtis Drew, another former 450 rider, has unfortunately pulled out of this race as well. But it's currently Wilford that leads from Tom Neve, then Tim Neve. This is number 7, Gary Hignett, just been lapped, and there is Aaron Clifford up behind. As it stands, it's going to be very close in the championship because Charlie Morris is just inside the top 10. Jordan Rushby's in 11.412. We could actually find ourselves in a position here due to the double points available, where Jordan Rushby and Charlie Morris are separated by a point going into the next race.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. And it could have been worse than that for Jordan Rushby, to be honest with you, because Charlie Morris has in fact podiumed on the in the elites before today. So you know, as I say, he's a fast rider, but there's one or two other fast riders out there. I mean, it's nice to see Ryan Kringle out there with us, for example. Always normally comes and races with us at Anglesey. Aaron Clifford and the two, you know, Tim and Tom, they're very fast, aren't they? Lovely to see Sam out with us again. Obviously, he's been in the British Championship. Very fast lad.
Yeah, of course, it's so difficult when you move into British Championship just to cut the mustard initially. And it's nice to see that some of the riders are coming back here just to get a feel for things again. That confidence flowing, because there's just so many fine margins when you move up that level and into the British Championship. Some riders it's worked for, others it hasn't worked for, but it's obviously pleasing as a part of Thundersport GB to see so many riders now. Of course, this is the 9th season, as the last lap flag comes out, the 9th season of Thundersport GB existence, and the snowball effect really is coming on strong, because you look in that British Championship and even beyond that, and you see so many names now getting themselves up there.
It's a Thunderfest. But I mean, look, Thundersport GB was created as the niche between club racing and British Championship, largely, for youngsters to come through. They can go and whet their appetite in the British and then pop back for confidence building. Of course, you know, I mean, Thundersport's obviously going to be the end result for a lot of people, and they're quite happy to stay and race with us permanently. But those who want or think they can make a career of it will use it as a stepping stone.
Oh, not good news there then for further back, number 99. That's Callum Grigger that has gone out of this race. A late entry here for this weekend. But Sam Wilford, well, a pretty perfect performance this from Sam. Went out into the lead early on and hasn't looked back. There's William White. This has been a strong performance from William. A 6th place finish here for William would give him 20 points. And so, whilst at the moment he's still got a bit of a bridge to both Rushby and Morris, that will be some much needed confidence. But what a great win. Nice return for Sam to the Thundersport paddock, and he comes bouncing back with a race victory here. Checkered flag out, Wilford the winner here at Oulton Park. Neatly done from him. He will be followed by the Neve brothers. Tom finishes in 2nd place across the line, and Tim Neve finishes in 3rd. Nice to have both of them on the same podium for a change. Aaron Clifford finishes in 4th. Ed Peed was 5th, and as we mentioned earlier on that triumph, William White finishing in 6th. There's your top 3 then overall. Sam Wilford with Tom and Tim Neve either side. And in the Sportsman class, it's Morris from Edgeley and Clinch.
Sam, great to see you back here at Thundersport GB. Absolutely brilliant. And you put it on pole, won the race. I'm sure it's not that easy, but...
Yeah, no, it's a good bit of testing, and really enjoyed the race out there, being back at Thundersport, and no, really good race, yeah.
And I'm sure you've got 1 or 2 people to thank.
Yeah, definitely. My mum and dad, Jody, my mechanic Dave, everyone from EHA Racing, Ian Newton, everyone from Iron Competition, all the Thundersport officials and marshals, and yeah, good weekend, thank you.
Charlie, it's been a great season for you so far, and you've gone and done it again, won your race.
Yeah, it's quite tough. I ran on twice, so that was a bit gutting, but just managed to keep it on 2 wheels and bring it back in first. So
absolutely brilliant. And sponsors to thank?
MSG Racing, Gavin, Dan and Lisa for everything they do, and mate Steve, Gary and Dave.
Race 2 coming up. Let's see if Sam Wilford can get himself another victory. Time for race 2 in the GB Racing 600 Sportsman Elite, and as we predicted, Sara-Kirsty did need the brollies. It has tipped down with rain. Sam Wilford here faces a very different race on pole position. There is Ryan Kringle, number 37. He's looking for another top 6 result. Aaron Clifford, number 19. Tom and Tim Neve out there on circuit as well. There they are on the right. Jordan Rushby, the championship leader. Can he hold on to his championship lead or not? Well, he's lost it already. He's a point down on Charlie Morris coming into this race. That one going all the way to the wire. But who will be victorious here in race 2? No double points on offer in this one. It's the silver race, so just the normal 25, 20, 16 points format. Sam Wilford fails to get the whole shot this time as they head into turn 1. A completely different look then to this race to what we saw a little earlier on. And it's the Neve twins that have the early advantage. Tom Neve, who is out in first place with Tim, his brother, in second. Then it's Aaron Clifford further back there. You can see William White again trying to charge his way through into the top 7 or 8. Tom Neve already building up a decent lead. Sam Wilford up into third place now. Charlie Morris has got away well. 67 also. Nice to see George Pycroft eating through a few riders and getting himself up into the top 8 or 9. Changes as well. Ryan Kringle's just been pushed really wide there on the exit by Charlie Morris, and Charlie Morris is going to go past Aaron Clifford as well. This could be a big day for Morris. We already know that he has a huge lead in that Sportsman Championship, but I think he's going to have eyes for this Sportsman Elite one as well, and that is going to be so close going into Rockingham. William White, of course, another rider that could feature depending on how he gets on here in this race. There's Sam Wilford then. I wouldn't say he had it easy in race 1, but he was certainly far more comfortable and like a rocket ship in those dry conditions. This a different type of race. Oh, yellow flag's waving. Someone's gone down. We've lost a rider here, and it may well have been someone from the leading pack. There is Tom Neve, the leader, from Tim, then Sam Wilford, then a gap. There must be a rider missing from there with number 157, Charlie Morris, in 4th place. Then Max Wadsworth and Aaron Clifford. Then you've got Pycroft, Rushby, and number 3, Andy Dudgeon. And Ryan Kringle it is that's gone missing. Well, he went wide earlier on. Ryan Kringle has gone out of the race, unfortunately. The number 37 on his orange Triumph. The Isle of Man rider has got to find himself back home now. This is the battle for second place. Tom Neve has already picked up a decent lead out front. Tim Neve now coming under pressure from Sam Wilford. Syd's here in the commentary box with me. The sun's out to play, Syd, but the conditions here pretty ugly still again. Really, really wet.
Yeah, Oulton Park certainly makes it tough for these lads. I mean, this is horrible stuff, really. But yeah, Sam looks like he wants it again. But these boys, they know how to race these Neve twins in the wet.
The really good thing about conditions like this when the sun comes out and it's still wet on the circuit is that the visibility of it, of course, significantly improved. If you're racing when it is still tipping down, it becomes so much more difficult to race. So that's one advantage that they've got here as Sam Wilford outbreaks Tim Neve down into the chicane, and unfortunately Wilford not able to get his Yamaha stopped and has to use the access road and will rejoin again behind Tim.
He's got no advantage there, so he won't get a penalty for that.
There's Hedgley, number 62. Currently just hovering around the points. Jeff Booth up behind him, number 129.
Somebody else couldn't do it there. That was
so easy to do, to outbreak yourself downhill into that chicane. Tom Neve's lead, is it me, or has that come down by quite a lot? Tim Neve, his brother, has, yeah, they've closed that gap down at the front. I wonder whether or not, did Tom Neve, earlier on when we saw Sam Wilford going through, did Tom Neve also go through? I'm sure I saw Tom Neve going through, and Sam Wilford's up to second. I think Tom also used that access road, and as a result has lost a lot of time. That is why these guys are back on terms with him. Sam Wilford then up into second place, and now that he's got Tom Neve in his sights, Sam Wilford is going to push for this.
He will turn on the gas without a shadow of a doubt.
out of Cascades, down towards Island Bend. Really quick left-hander here at Oulton Park, and then in towards Shell Oils. There he is, the race 1 winner. These guys don't feature in the championship, very much a matter of pride, and although these 3 are actually racing each other at British Championship as well, so they've got it all to play for as they exit Shell Oils.
You can see though it's wet, it's really wet there, Stephen. But with the wind and the sun out now, you just watch how quick this dries this place. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, of course we've had situations already so far this weekend where in some races half of the circuit's been dry and the other half has been wet. There'll still be 1 or 2 damp patches through the trees that you've got to watch out for, but Syd says it does dry out very quickly here at Oulton. There's Tim Neve in 3rd place. Further back, Charlie Morris is doing an excellent job getting himself some big championship points. There's number 18, that's Michael Evans, just up ahead of George Pycroft. These guys are making good progress as well. In fact, they are now inside the top 8. Where is Jordan Rushby? Rushby's struggling again here in this race. He's down in outside the top 12, and Charlie Morris is in 4th. So Morris at this rate is going to leave with not just a Sportsman Championship lead, but a little bit of a margin in that 600 Sportsman Elite overall as well.
Because Jordan crashed in practice, and it was another bike rebuild. Not as bad as the Cadwell one, Marky, but you know, this is going to be damage limitation for Jordan. I'm sure he'll be back at Rockingham all guns blazing, but you know, for sure the consistency that Jamie Morris has had. Charlie Morris, sorry. Should we talk about points and maths and stuff? Yeah. Yeah, Charlie Morris is, you know, the consistency of the lad is just showing exactly what a great key that is to winning championships. Because really, he came into this season, you know, would have been delighted with a lead in the Sportsman, but in the 600 Elite, he's now going to, you know, if he finishes where he is now and where Jordan is, he's going to lead that by some margin.
There is Jordan Rushby then, struggling to get some points. He'll be pleased to see the back of this weekend. And as Syd said, he'll be fighting back again at Rockingham. When he does crashes, he does them big, doesn't he? Jordan Rushby. And hopefully he can have a crash-free weekend at Rockingham and get back on terms with Charlie Morris, and we'll see what happens. And, well, what's going on here now? Where's Sam Wilford just gone? Wilford's gone down. I was going to say, we saw him coming out of going into the corner. We didn't see him coming out, and he's gone down, unfortunately. Sam Wilford, nice to see him up and walking away, but the yellow flags are waving, and he's going to go and join Ryan Kringle for a chat. And, well, that's a big moment there for Wilford. So that now means that Tom Neve out front has far more breathing space than he did before, and could be joined by his brother. The top 2 steps could be taken up by Neve Names. Across the line they go. This is Max Wadsworth. Not mentioned Max Wadsworth. He's up there in the top 3. In fact, yeah, he's moved up to 3rd now as a result of Sam Wilford going down. So good effort there from Max Wadsworth. Another rider from Halifax. But we'll see the Neve twins then looking very happy with themselves on the top 2 steps. There is George Pycroft, 7th place for him at the moment, currently 2nd in the Sportsman class. Kevin Clive is in 10th place, and he's 3rd in the Sportsman class. Here is your race leader then, Tom Neve, number 68. He certainly will have learned quite a lot from his mentor Phil Crow over the years about how to race in these wet conditions. The twins spent quite a lot of time racing at Thundersport GB, coming through all the various ranks, and Tom Neve has been on the top step on a few occasions in a number of different classes, particularly Super Twins, and of course was involved in that massive crash that we had at Snetterton last year in the Sportsman Elite Championship, with the likes of Jordan Rushby involved in that as well. Yeah, that was a biggie, wasn't it? One of the biggest crashes we've seen at at Thundersport. There is number 18, Michael Evans, but it's Tom Neve that has the advantage outright. They've just put a lap on number 22, Tom Collins. Up through Deer's Leap, got this race under control, hasn't he, Tom? Across the line once more. He's about, across the line in the background there. He's probably a good 7-8 seconds ahead of his brother at the moment. I'd imagine that the brothers have pit boards. Trying to think now, the last time we had a brother 1 and 2 in the same class, the only thing I can think of is perhaps the True Love brothers managed that feat at some point last year. We've certainly had brothers winning races before on the same day. Of course, the Pearson brothers in Golden Era Superbike and Golden Era Super Sport, but in the same race, maybe the True Love brothers have done it. I'm sure I'll hear from either Matt or Harry if it has been done. If not, then we certainly haven't had twin brothers doing it, that's for sure. Now, in terms of the championship, with Charlie Morris currently in 4th place, the Sportsman Elite Championship I'm talking about here, and Jordan Rushby currently in 13th. Now, my maths has not been right all weekend, but I think that will be probably around a 13-point lead for Morris heading into Rockingham. So that is a shift in the table overall. Jordan Rushby came into this weekend 7 points ahead and could leave 13 points down. That's a 20-point shift overall. Great news for Morris, who's of course out there racing on that MSG Suzuki. One of the few riders to race on a Suzuki competitively and do this well since the likes of McNeil in this class. Although I should just point out that Michael Evans is out there on a Suzuki at the moment, as well as Andy Dudgeon and Sam McFarlane. There's Tim Neve then, currently in 2nd. Big gap back to number 22. It's Tom Collins, who's been lapped. Number 50 likewise. That's Lewis Barnes, of course, former Formula 400 champion with us, just learning his trade now on a 600, and then Max Wadsworth.
I think McFarlane is Charlie's teammate, isn't it?
Yes, MSG Racing Suzuki's as the last lap flag came out. Of course, there was 3 or 4 of them on the grid last year, MSG Suzuki's. There is number 72 then, Wadsworth on for a podium. I don't think we've seen Wadsworth on the podium since possibly a wet race at Rockingham last year, so he obviously likes these wet conditions. These guys, of course, getting themselves prepared, ready for another British Championship round coming up shortly as well, so perfect timing for them. But a good day for Tom Neve, who finished 2nd in race 1 and is about to win race 2. He's never really looked in much trouble, apart from outbraking himself down here into his ease a little earlier on. Clear visor, always great to see the clear visors in the rain. You can really see the eyes concentrating and focusing. He's just steering clear of those white lines, getting the throttle on. Just saw there on the left both Ryan Kringle and Sam Wilford with front row seats watching the rest of this race go on. So there is Charlie Morris in 4th place, Michael Evans in 5th. 7 is Gary Hignett, who's just been lapped. Then it's a battle here between Pycroft and Clifford. Good result this for George Pycroft, former pre-national 600 rider. Just trying to pick off Clifford in the latter stages of this. This is a battle for 6th and 7th place. Just behind them, James Edwards, Andy Dudgeon.
And there we go.
Check a flag out then. 68 Tom Neve. As easy as that. He looks over his shoulder and he'll see his brother crossing the line to take 2nd place. And so the twins will be 1 and 2. Tom from Tim. Max Wadsworth finishes in 3rd place. Charlie Morris wins the Sportsman class and will lead the championship overall. He finishes 4th ahead of Michael Evans and Aaron Clifford. Top 3 on your screen. Tom Neve centre, Tim Neve to the left, Max Wadsworth on the right, and in the Sportsman class, Morris from Pycroft and Kevin Clive. Now, in the championship, there you see it, I was wrong. It's 11 points in the championship overall between Charlie Morris and Jordan Rushby as we head into Rockingham. All to play for. William White, not out of it. Likewise, Rowan Clifford, and in the 600 Sportsman, well, this a little harder for the likes of Nick Edgley and Brendan Mallender as they chase down Charlie Morris.
Max, third place, but really, really tough conditions there.
Yeah, it were really wet out. It were both the races. It were right in between, and then right at the last minute, it absolutely came down. We put wets on and managed to get a third. Yeah, we're good.
You obviously don't mind the wet then.
No, I don't mind the wet. It's a good swim. Yeah, it's good. No, we're good.
Just as long as it's not in between.
Yeah, as long as it's not in between, it's fine. As long as it's not in between. I mean, we were out on inters in the first race and just completely lost it. The suspension, we had problems with suspension, and then everything went out. And I thought, well, I'll alter everything for the last race, and if it's wet, it's wet. It's dry, we'll manage. And we came out with a good result.
And have you got a shout out to anyone?
Yeah, a big thanks to all my sponsors, Specialised Group, William Hayes, Stewart's Hardware, and all the rest of them. And thanks for everyone for coming down and supporting me.
Boys, well, it's so unusual really to have two brothers and dressed the same bikes, and you're first and second, and you came one after the other in the last race. I mean, everything good?
Yeah, it's good to come back to Thundersport really and have a good bit of fun around here. So yeah, good conditions then as well.
Yeah, a bit of a splash around. You don't mind the wet though, do you?
No, I enjoyed it then. I got a really good start and I led it for about a lap or so, I think, and then Tom got away and Sam had a crash and they all got away a little bit, and I wish I'd kept on the back of Tom for a real good close finish, but no, it was really good, so I enjoyed that.
Well, imagine it must be really tough for you. You want to be careful not to take each other out, don't you?
Yeah, if we had been close, it would have been like the flat tracking days where we get scrapping, so it could have probably ended up in the deck. Yeah, we did say if we got close together, we'd probably end up taking each other out, so good job we did have a bit of a gap, maybe.
Have you both got the same sponsors?
Yeah, pretty much. Can't you tell?
And who you want to thank?
Well, I'd like to thank New Holland Agriculture, Lynx Motors, So Clean, B&C Express, Agri, Vroom Media, Vroom Media, GSB, Arvico, TC Motors, Billy Pearson, our mechanic, Mum, Dad, Grandad. Yeah, all the family and friends really. Yeah.
Excellent. Great job. Fantastic to see you both. And don't leave it so long next time.
No, won't. No, thank you very much. Cheers, thanks.
Well done, guys. Well, we leave Oulton Park, and next up, round 6. Join us again at Rockingham.